worthy, be stingy and lose everything. The generous will prosper. Those who refresh others with themselves be refreshed. Be generous. How to attract overflowing harvest. How do you attract overflowing harvest? Overflowing harvest. How do you attract it? Number one, honor the Lord with your harvests. Honor the Lord with your harvest. And it becomes overflowing. Proverbs chapter 3, 9 to 10. Honor the Lord with your possessions and with the first fruit of all your increase. 10. So your barns will be filled with plenty. Your vats will overflow with new wine. The NIV. Proverbs 3, 9 to 10. Honor the Lord with your wealth and with the first fruits of all your crops. 10. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine. God is saying to you, present your life as a living sacrifice to Him. Acknowledge Him as the Lord of all your possessions. Acknowledge Him as the Lord of all your possessions. Acknowledge Him as the author and the finisher of your possessions. Acknowledge Him as the Lord of your harvest. Then you will have an overflowing harvest. He's saying to you, put Him first in your harvest. First fruit of your increase must be dedicated to Him. First fruit of your increase must be dedicated to Him. To say, Lord, without you, there will have been no harvest. It has been you all along. Hallelujah. Put your first fruit in the kingdom work. Sow your first fruit, sow your increase in the kingdom work to advance the kingdom. And then you have an overflow. Have an overflow. Hallelujah. And let me read it again. It says, honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruit of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine. With new wine. New wine. The place where you worship should not suffer. Because God has positioned you there. He has positioned you there with an overflow to take care of, to advance the kingdom. May you be an instrument to advance God's kingdom in the name of Jesus. Number two, pay your tithes. Malachi 3, 10 to 11. Bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, NIV, that there may be food in my house. Text me this, says the Lord Almighty, as if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing. There will not be room enough to store it. 11. I will prevent pests from devouring your crops, and the wines in your fields will not drop their fruit before it is ripe, says the Lord Almighty. God is saying, bring your tithes of your produce, which is 10%, to the storehouse, where you fellowship, where you worship. Take it there, serve God, advance the kingdom there with the tithes and with your offering. God says, I will open the floodgates of heaven for an overflow. Because you are concerned about His own, He also will be concerned about your own. Say, test me with it. 10% of your increase. 10% of all that God has given to you. All He has given to you as tithe to say, God, thank you. And see how God will preserve the 90%.
Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to multi-stream for free using the free version of Restream.io and OBS. Some of you may suggest to use Wirecast and add more outputs, as Wirecast offers this option, but Wirecast is a way heavier app than OBS. And in my experience and with my current hardware, which is an i5 7th generation and 16 gigabyte of RAM, it could handle only up to 3 simultaneous outputs, so I won't be showing Wirecast here. Also, Wirecast actually is not a free software, so let's stick to OBS. If you do want me to create another video, let me know in the comments and I can do one for Wirecast. So let's dive right into it. As mentioned before, we'll be using Restream, so if you don't have a Restream.io account, the link will be posted below. You also need OBS, it's free, and OBS Virtual Cam, an add-on for OBS. Links also below. Download and install the software, and let's go to the next step. So here you can see my Restream.io account and the websites I have connected. The free version does not allow you to add a Facebook page or a Facebook group, but we don't need to upgrade as there are other ways to stream on a Facebook page or a group for free. If you do need to add one of these, like or a second YouTube or a second Twitter account, let's say because you're a band or a DJ and you wanted the stream to go on both or more accounts, you have to create a second Restream account or a third account, and so goes on. Again, free accounts. After you have all your accounts ready, go to the desktop shortcut of OBS, right click Properties, and at the target add space dash multi. This will allow you to run multi instances of OBS, meaning in most simple words, you're going to be able to run more than one window of OBS, and we're going to need that. Open the first instance of OBS by just double clicking the shortcut. So for our example, we're going to be using 3 OBS instances, so we need to create 3 scenes. The reason we do this is because every scene has its own sources, and we don't need to change the profile, but every scene has its own sources, so we need to have different sources because we're going to be using the virtual cam as a source and different virtual cam on each instance. Let's create another scene, instance 2, and another scene, instance 3. So now we have instance 1, instance 2, and instance 3. Let's go back to instance 1. Let's open one more instance of OBS. And let's change the instance here to 2. Let's open one more instance of OBS. And let's change the instance to 3. Now we have 3 different instances with 3 different scenes. We're going to create our first and main scene on the first instance. Like you can add video sources, audio, layers, whatever you need. For our example, we're going to just add one video capture device. And this webcam, this is fine. You can extend it, you can do whatever you want with it right here. Send it to the output. Program ready. Okay, in studio mode you can see the input and the output. Now we need to activate the virtual cam. In the first instance, we go to Tools, Virtual Cam, we leave everything in default, OBS camera 1, we click Start. That's it, we put this on the side. Now in the second instance, we need to add a new video source, and we're going to add that virtual cam we just created. OBS camera, done. Okay, so we have the same thing on both. We send it to the output. Now for the third instance, we need to activate another virtual cam. Start, put this down here. Too many windows, I know. In the third instance, we add that second virtual cam. Here we go. Okay, there we go. That's it. Now everything is the exact same thing. Now the only thing you need to do is start adding the outputs of these instances, meaning auto configuration wizard. Next, you choose which service you want here. If you want Restream, you select Restream, then you go to your second instance. If you want Facebook Live for a page, you go here, you go to Facebook Live, you get your stream key, and if you want here another Restream account, you can add another Restream account. Okay, that's pretty much it. If you want more instances, you can try it. I don't know how good your computer is and if you can handle it, but you can see right here, right now, my computer is only running 3.8, 4%. Even if I click start streaming, this will not pass 50% of CPU. OBS is a very lightweight software, very lightweight. I have even used it with my tablet and it works just fine. One other important detail is your internet bandwidth. Each OBS instance might need like 4 to 5 megabit of upload, might need less, so make sure you have enough bandwidth. I also recommend using a LAN cable plugged into your router instead of Wi-Fi, but even if it's Wi-Fi, I used the 3 instances with Wi-Fi, AC Wi-Fi, and it worked just fine. I have Verizon Fios 200 megabit upload, so it was running very smoothly, no interruptions, nothing, good quality, and 1080p streaming. Best thing you can do is run a test for a few minutes, maybe in private accounts if you have any. If you want to stream on Instagram, you can just use my other video that I have posted before, and one of these sources can be 9:16 instead of 16:9 as you see here, and you can stream on Instagram. Again, you'll find this information on my other video. If you like what you see, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Happy multi-streaming. Ethan out.
In this video, I'm going to show you how you can stream to 2 different destinations like YouTube or Facebook at the same time for free and all in OBS. But if we're just meeting for the first time, my name is Jason Bullock and I help churches become better with video production and live streaming. So if that's something you're interested in, please consider subscribing. So as of this recording, we are living in crazy times, thanks to the virus that I cannot say because of YouTube's stupid policies. So a lot of churches are not having the typical service in their buildings. Instead, they are turning to live streaming to get their message out there to their audiences. And most churches are only live streaming to one place, such as Facebook or YouTube. But many want to stream to different places. And normally, what you have to do is to purchase a third-party software like Restream or Caster to be able to stream to different locations. But recently, I have found a way that you can stream to 2 destinations for free and all in OBS. So let me show you how you can do that. So when you're in OBS, go to Settings and then click the Stream tab. And here you want to set your first destination. I kind of recommend Facebook Live because how I'm going to show you to stream to YouTube with this method, I feel it's kind of easier to do to YouTube. So make sure that your first stream is set up to where you want it, like Facebook. So the next thing you want to do is go to your Output tab. In the Output mode, make sure that it's set to Advanced. Then hit the Recording tab, and where we want to pay attention to is your FFmpeg output type. And besides output to file, you want to make sure that it's set to output to URL. And this is where you'll see an option where you can put in a URL. Now you need to jump over to YouTube to get the necessary things that we need to copy over. So make sure you go to the YouTube Live Studio. So the first thing you want to copy is your stream URL, and this is the thing that has the RTMP in front of it. So make sure you copy that and put into the URL path in the OBS settings. But the one extra thing we're going to do is going to add a slash after Live 2. So now make sure you go back to YouTube Live Studio and copy your stream key. And what you're going to do is you're going to paste your stream key after the slash you just made in your OBS settings. Now that's all the setup. Now all you got to do is make sure you press Start Streaming and Start Recording to stream to both destinations. There is a settings in OBS that can allow you to start recording automatically when you press Start Streaming. So if you're going to use this method, I recommend doing that. So now let's talk about some drawbacks when it comes to using this method, because yes, I think this method is awesome, but it does come at a price, and that price is your internet speed and your computer. Because now you're sending double the video information besides one, and it's really taxing on both your internet and your computer. The rule of thumb when it comes to internet usage is you don't want your live streaming to be more than 75% of your upload speed. So say if your upload speed is 10 megabits per second, you don't want it to go above 7.5. So you're going to have to dip in quality if you have a really bad internet connection. And if you have a really weak computer, well, you're going to experience lagging and drop frames and other things that's going to mess up your live stream. So if you don't have a good computer or a good internet speed, I would highly recommend using something like Caster or Restream to multi-stream to different places. And another drawback, and it's something I mentioned earlier, is that you can only stream to 2 destinations. And while I think that's plenty for most churches, if you want to start doing stuff to, say, Twitch or Mixer or DLive or any other place, you're going to need something that streams to more than 2 destinations like Restream or Caster. But if you're only streaming to 2 destinations and you got a good computer, you got good internet, I would highly recommend doing this because it's for free and it's easy to set up. Was it easy for you to set up and follow? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, if you got some type of value out of it, make sure you hit that like button and share it with all your friends. And as always, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification to be notified when I upload new videos. But until next time, I'm Jason Bullock. Now go make something awesome.
EVE Online is a vast universe, alive with the unrelenting activity and combined history of its players. Pursuing lives of adventure, warfare, and prosperity, they share this existence in the biggest single shard, free-to-play MMO of all time. Set 21,000 years in the future, EVE takes place in a distant cluster of over 7,000 star systems known as New Eden. It is a rich and diverse universe, featuring densely populated havens of relative safety, governed by 4 great empires.